One thing that we really tried to do on this show, and some fans were a little bit put off by it, but we really wanted to get away from the established Superman and Batman villains that we had done in all the Superman and Batman episodes that we had done. So there's this entire, 60-year wealth of material from the DC Comics in terms of the villains to choose from. We figured, well, this is a really good opportunity to, put as much of that into the show as possible. You'll notice that we hardly ever create brand new villains that have never existed before. Anytime we come up with a villain for a show, we say, okay, well, it'd be really great if we could find a DC Comics character, even if it's just the name or the motif to use rather than create a brand new character. For instance, in this episode, the informer slash guy who sets up Jon Stewart's downfall could have just been any old space pirate, but we figured, well, it'd be great if it was Kanjar Ro, who was a major Justice League villain from, back in the day. So we try to do that whenever we can. It serves two purposes. On one hand, yeah, it keeps the fans happy to throw in characters like the Guardians and the Manhunters. And on the other hand, those are just interesting concepts and interesting characters. And it was our chance to, do a fairly lavish, big budget look to those kind of characters. It's like, when I was a kid, I always thought, wow, it'd be really cool to see these kinds of characters, and this is our golden opportunity to do so. Manhunters, they have a really long history, a real complicated long history in DC Comics. I mean, there's millions of varieties of Manhunters. There was a heroic Manhunter, and then there was the evil Manhunters, and then there was another heroic Manhunter. And our version of the Manhunters are pretty much based on the Jack Kirby look when he did a Manhunter one-shot back in the early 70s. And they later incorporated that into an evil group of bounty hunter robots in the comics. So we thought that was a really good way to go with them.